Okay folks, here again, Action Impact with my good friend Neil, and he has been basically taking down a series of guns. We went through a whole lot of them. You can see the previous videos, and we want you to make some comments on the comment box area to let us know what you think, if you got any questions, if you need to emphasize something a little bit more, if you want a particular handgun broken down. Now, Neil, you got yourself a nice little pocket-sized gun there. What's
yes,
that?
actually this is the very popular Ruger LCP.
Okay.
It's in .380 caliber. It is a pocket pistol. It's extremely light, very thin profile.
What do LCP stand for?
Oh, the LCP stands for light caliber pistol.
Okay.
And again, it's like I said, it's very slim, very light in weight as well. Now with this pistol, the controls are right over here. This button right here, basically if you depress it, it will release the magazine. That's your slide catch, and this is your disassembling pin. Now with this gun, the first thing we're going to do is the three safeties, obviously. Keep your finger away from the trigger, always point in a safe direction, and always assume that it's a loaded gun. So we're going to pull it back. Once we pull the slide back on this gun, it isn't going to catch like some of the other pistols. And you really don't need to have it in the open position in order for you to pop the pin out.
Okay.
Now remember, again, this is a small gun, so you need to work with it.
All right.
You know, we do this on a daily basis, and even every now and then, even for us, it gives us sometimes a little bit of a hard time. It's just a little pistol. It's a give and take game. Right. You want something, you want a little pistol so you can put it in your pocket and be comfortable with it all day. You know, when you disassemble it, it's not a challenge, but you may spend 5 minutes more than your typical large size pistols. Yeah. Now with this, the only thing you would have to do, let's just make sure that we are clearing it, and as you can see, the chamber is empty, it's not loaded, and there's your magazine. So this gun is not loaded. Now the pin, basically what you need to do, you need to put a like a flathead screwdriver underneath the pin and then pop it upwards. Now be careful, don't use a screwdriver like this. If you have something like a plastic screwdriver, that would work out perfectly, because you will scratch the finisher of the gun, and you really can't avoid that part if that's what you're using. So what I do to compensate for that, get a little piece of paper towel, wrap it around the head of the screwdriver.
Good idea.
So that way it does not scratch the finish of the gun. Put the screwdriver underneath that pin, and then press up, and then pull the pin with your hand, release the magazine, and the slide goes forward. Okay? This is your recoil guide. It's much smaller than your typical recoil guides, as you can see. It's a small pistol, so everything's going to be small as far as the parts are concerned. And then this is your barrel. Now this firearm is disassembled. Release the magazine, and the slide goes forward. Okay? This is your recoil guide. It's much smaller than your typical recoil guides, as you can see. It's a small pistol, so everything's going to be small as far as the parts are concerned. And then this is your barrel. Now this firearm is disassembled and ready to be cleaned. Now putting it back together, just use the same amount of care. You just have to just make sure all the parts are sitting in properly, because again, this is a smaller pistol, so it's going to be a little bit more, finicky than other pistols, or larger size pistols. Grab the slide, put the barrel in, and then your recoil guide, basically the flat end is going to go over here. As a matter of fact, this notch, you can see it very clearly. That's where the end of the recoil guide is going to sit. Okay? So we're going to put the front portion in first, and then we're going to push down on the recoil guide, or push in, I mean. And that end is going to sit right over there by that notch. Always check it visibly at eye level, and it's sitting in properly. What we're going to do, we're going to grab the frame and make sure you cock the hammer back, so that way It sits in there properly. Guide the channels through, nice and slow. Okay, as I was telling you guys earlier, we do this on a daily basis. Yes, I did have about 2 seconds worth of difficulties with it, but be gentle with it, do not force it. If it's not going in properly, take it back out and put it back in again. That's all you have to do. And then, basically what you're going to do is pull the slide back until you align the holes in there properly. And right now it's aligned. All you got to do is just put that pin back in there. And you're all set.
Excellent. Excellent.
Then you can put the magazine in if you'd like. Again, with the little pistols, you're just going to have to put a little bit more attention into them. You just have to be a little bit more careful, just to make sure that everything aligns. They are little pistols. It's not like your full-size pistol. They are a little bit more picky.
Gotcha.
And that's the only thing.
Okay.